name is Mark Onimbo. I'm originally from Kisumu County. Right now I work in Nairobi for a humanitarian organization. And this here is my lovely wife, Carol. I'll let her introduce herself.
I'm Caroline Wanjiru. I'm 28 years of age. I'm from Murang'a County. We live in Thika together. I'm a student and a business lady. I think Habi can answer that well.
Sure. So my journey with Amcco started really in a very interesting way. I was talking to a colleague of mine who is I think about 8 years younger than me, and he was talking about having property somewhere in Kikuyu, and that got me a bit of panic. Someone this young already has a property, I don't have something. So the next weekend I was free. I jumped in a matatu, boarded to Gikambura, and I lighted. I walked around looking at posters and adverts about land. But the calls I was getting, people were giving me numbers to call that were offline. Some were telling me to make my way to some shamba somewhere. And in the midst of this, just about when I was about to give up, I came across a poster for Amcco Property. I called. I got a gentleman who was very professional, sent a rider my way who took me to the land. I saw it, and I was very tired because I already walked so long, and I was not really keen about coming back. So I went back home, explained to my baby here what happened. But interestingly, the next weekend on a Friday, just before weekend, I got a call again from Amcco, asking me if I'm available to come. And I was also a bit hesitant. The person who called me from Amcco was really persistent and was, wanted to know what he can do to make it easier for me to come. And they offered to carry me from Thika Road to Kikuyu, which I found very, very interesting and also very welcoming. Kind of gave me the confidence. So we met, and to my surprise, he even had a title deed for the property that we are going to see, which is something that you don't always see. You don't always come across when dealing with property agents. So we came to Gikambura. We drove in his car to Gikambura. We saw the property. It was very nice. He talked about putting beacons. He gave me a copy of the title deed, told me to go and search, and I always consult with my baby here, and I sent her. And that's why I think having a strong partner is a good thing. I gave her a copy of the title that we were given. She did the search. She went to Kiambu, did the search. Everything, came out clean, okay, and that's where our journey started. And there are no regrets. I'm all smiles all the way.
I would say because of the pricing, it was fair, and also the proximity to Nairobi town. Ni karibu sana. I think it's around 30 kilometers from Nairobi town.
Yeah, it's about 35 at the most.
Yeah.
The plot itself, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, just like Baby Girl hapa amesema, the location is very, very strategic. From the plot that we are being sold, it's about less than a kilometer to the Tarmac, and about 34 at most to Nairobi CBD. Is very good. Like Baby has mentioned, the price was good, but besides that, the way he was able to allow us to pay also really helped, because with Amcco, they were really ready to accommodate how much, our financial capability. Because honestly, I was not able to raise the whole amount at once, but Amcco gave me ample time, and without penalties, without being harassed. And I think we paid more than about 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did more than 4 months. But from the agreement that we did, we were supposed to pay within about 3 months. But even the 4th month, we never got any calls about, hey, maliza kulipa money. And I mean, that was very good from Amcco's side.
Personally, I would say that investing in land as a couple, it may build confidence, because I feel like my man loves me, because si virahisi sana finding a guy anatoa pesa zake ku invest together in something like land ni ngumu sana
Kabisa. true mapenzi, yeah, just like Beba amesema hapo. I mean, investing in land as a couple is one way that you can actually make you want more, you become closer, and it's a challenge because there are times that such needs to be done. I'm at work, maybe she's free, I send her, she delivers, she goes there, maybe she checks with the kanjo guys and does everything. She screams at me at times, but you see, it's a life process that we are living together, you know. It's something that brings us closer together. And I feel, babes, you know, it's more like our baby, it's more like our child. Ni kama watoto wanaweka watu wanakuwa pamoja as a couple, kama bado tuna watoto. Now the land is our baby, you know, it makes us stronger. Now, you know, it's something that each couple, I would advise each couple to think about it, you know. When you're in love, it's one way of showing love, you know, investing and building yourselves together.
Yes, and also to add on that, I remember there was a time we had organized about fencing the land. Na tulisumbuana kidogo because sijazoea, as in, you know, when we met, he's 5 years older than me, and when we met, as in like sikuwa nimezoea responsibility, so he tells me end of ufanye fencing, as it was kinda hard for me, but ilinifanya nika feel responsible, and yeah, and I loved it.
True. Yeah, it's a good experience.
Yeah,
makes you bond more, makes you grow as a couple, because it's a journey that you're taking together.
Neema Court, we have Neema Court, and Kamangu Greens Phase 3. Yes, and we have two. We have done 2 deals with Amcco, and the first one was Neema Court. Yeah, it's very, very, very strategic, and you know, something that worth mentioning. Neema Court, we got our title immediately. Actually, our title came out before we even finished paying. Yeah. We were just waiting for transfer. So that we really have a title, and the good thing about Neema Court, value for money. The prices, the land prices from what the offer we were given up to now has already tripled. I'm repeating that, tripled. The price of land has tripled. For the second one, baby Ganyo. The Kamangu Green Phase 3.
Kamangu Green Phase 3. Yeah. Now for Kamangu Green Phase 3, we are still paying for it. It's another story. We talked about Amcco giving us ample time to pay. We are still paying for Kamangu Green Phase 3. And to my surprise, I was already sent transfer forms and the consent and everything. And I've not yet finished paying. And it's something I shared with my baby here and Akangalia. We did the paperwork. And from experience, Amcco delivered. They gave us the title deed. Right now, they're already even processing our title deed before hata tumalize kulipa. So, I mean, it's tried, tested, and it works.
Yes. Okay, ningesema like challenges zenye mtu uface ni like kupata land ni ngumu sana, and then you find that unatembezwa places, and the person who is showing you the places hako sure na hata ni location gani. He's like telling you, oh, ni kama ni hapa, ni kama ni pale, and then like they tell you maybe proximity to the road. Maybe msee anaweza kuambia like shamba iko maybe 30 kilometers from Nairobi, but from Nairobi town that is, but ukienda unapata maybe hata ni 45 kilometers. As in like people, watu wanadanganya sana to sell land.
True. Yeah. There's I think your experience, there's so much false advertisement. Companies are always talking about 35 kilometers to Nairobi, 40 kilometers, but probably you're talking about the closest town to their plot, not the actual plot. And another challenge which is also very rampant is real estate agents selling property without having actual title deeds. An experience, there's a place we went to in Joska. Yeah. And the real estate agent did not even know for sure, because you step here and then they're like, okay, you should be starting from there. And they don't have a title deed for that plot. They tell you they'll process it. and the plot was not even cleared. There were no beacons.
Yeah, it was very bushy.
It's very bushy. There are no beacons.
Yeah.
So you find, such, it kind of makes you think twice about such deals. And, most of the agents are also not really forthcoming about information. One thing that I learned about buying land is you need to deal with someone who is trusted and very open with the information they give you.
Yeah.
Like with Amcco on our first property rather, the agent was really straightforward. Told us he had a title, produced it, gave us to go and do a search. Very open, and that's something that you need. For the second property, they were processing the title deeds, and he was very forthcoming. Told us the exact same thing, that titles bado haijatoka.
Yeah.
Because there was an issue within that area about titles, but they're working on it. That's not someone, so you already have an idea, you know what you're getting into.
And I remember him telling me about our former president Uhuru, amepatia watu wa Kikuyu titles.
Yeah. You see, and also that's, you find that dealing with, a legitimate, well-established company, you actually also get to learn more. It becomes more than just buying land. You get to learn more about property in general. Because even from Amcco, that's where I learned that, holding a certificate that does not guarantee you ownership of land. Mm-hmm. And you see, someone telling you that, it already gives you a sense that they care about you. They're actually doing a legitimate deed. They want you to actually benefit, look back and, say that you actually believe and even feel that you made the right choice. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, and also, I remember during our first investment, tulikuwa na doubts. Ni mtu meet mara ya kwanza. So we had some doubts. And then we ended up going to a lawyer. And this lawyer ended up calling us because he told us that atafuatilia story agreement, and then we paid around 12,000. Atafuatilia story agreement up to the end mpaka tupate title. But he didn't, he never followed us. He never followed up. But the MD of Amcco, being a nice guy, alitusaidia up to wakati tulipata title. And it was
and you see, such a situation, you're dealing with a company, mm-hmm. You are trying to do your due diligence to make sure that you're not conned. You go to a lawyer, mm-hmm. But then the lawyer does not come through, and the company that we're dealing with, Amcco Properties, it comes through. They actually find that whatever it is that they've been saying, they've been advertising, they're just delivering, delivering on every promise that they're giving. And it can also give you some bit of comfort.
Yeah.
We worry more about kutafuta hiyo pesa ya kuwalipa and not worry about the process and getting a title, because tunajua sasa itakuwa ni sure bet. Hapa tutafanyiwa ile kitu. It's the real deal.
Yeah, mpaka sasa isipokuwa ni pesa ndio saa zingine inakuanga not enough. As in we are not afraid to invest with Amcco.
True.
Kwa sababu we are confident with the company.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ndio amesema ameanza kufikiria shamba nyingine. Sasa kazi kwangu kutafuta pesa.
Hata mimi natafuta pesa vipi? For the name coat, this is the one that we bought for the first time. Tunafikiria kutengeneza our house, our family home. Yes, and already tushaanza kufikiria mambo ya kununua mawe, and stuff.
Designs and house designs, because you're also looking around the neighborhood where Amcco, where we got the first property. There are really nice houses around that place. So it also motivates us to do our family home because it's a very serene environment, where the temperature iko sawa.
Kabisa, very cool.
Kuna joto mingi. And for the second one, we are thinking about investment now, going into the property, becoming landlords, or rather.
Yes.
To do a bit of apartments, ama Airbnb. Yeah.
My advice mainly just to young married ladies. Okay, mimi ningewaambia unajua mara mingi we as ladies tunaambianga our men that tuende trip Mombasa, tuende sijui trip Masai Mara, badala ya kupressure nini our men for that. So mwambie tu let's invest in land, kwa sababu land ni kitu poa na ni kitu like itakuwa in the future. Ukienda trip, like for us tumekuwa tukisema twende trip Mombasa, but unapiga mahesabu unaona like kwenda trip Mombasa itatukula around maybe 60,000. Unaona hapana, it makes sense, we postpone and maybe that money tunaweka aside and we pile it, then tunashikilia nao shamba. So mimi ningeambia tu madem, bala kupressure jamaa nibaie manguo, nipeleke trip, mwambie tu jamaa wako, si babe, tuchange pamoja, together, so we are together, tuko pamoja as one, tuchange, to invest in land, like alafu pia hii Valentine's, madem usipressure jamaa wako, mwambie tu babe, ni treat tu, bala kunipeleka place, ni bayeka shamba, at least tunajua that our family yetu, our kids baadaye hawatateseka because wako na something. Yes.
Really. A girl tota amesema mapenzi ni title deed.
Yes.
And babe, I promise you that this Valentine's nakupea title deed.
Wow, that's
Amcco ame promise and they always deliver.
Yes.
Baby girl, happy Valentine's. Ladies,
gentlemen,
and all couples,
kumbukeni, Amcco
ni
wako.
Cheers.
Cheers. Happy Valentine's to everyone.
Happy Valentine's.